up your Word
I
doc.
can do this. Hold on. I'm trying to find my word. The Microsoft Word.
Dead air is bad, Adam.
Andres,
guys,
don't get nervous.
Guys, we had dead air for like a whole 2 seconds.
What?
We can't. That's unprofessional.
What?
We can't have that.
Everyone, shut up.
Swing.
No.
low,
Everyone shut up.
We can't have dead
Hold on.
air.
Be quiet for a second. Dead air. You guys fucked up.
You're our host. You can't mislead us like that.
Segue.
Okay.
Welcome to VGA Podcast.
Explain to me what the segue was.
Yeah, please.
She said
The
the host.
segue-
If you give me a sec.
Okay.
I'm your host, Adam.
Oh.
I'm Deanna.
I am Rich.
My name's Trevor.
Oh, Drake Sotero.
And we got your homie Chris.
He said and, but there is actually one last person, and that's me, Greg.
I'm sorry. Whoops.
Yes, you should be sorry, because I am a human being just like the rest of you.
Yes, you are.
He's not a human.
And we have
And we also have a special guest. He's sitting right next to our mic. He's my amiibo, Fox.
AKA.
Introduce
affectionately
yourself.
nicknamed Mango.
Introduce yourself, Mango.
Good.
He has such a beautiful voice.
It's like chocolate.
Yeah.
It's straight chocolate.
Yeah. He's been practicing Smash all day. I think it's like level 27 now.
It's like 26.
I thought it was 26.
26.
He's
26
more than
now.
halfway there.
He's more than halfway there.
Wait,
no
what's the
references.
max level?
50.
50.
Yeah, the max level is 50 on him.
Yeah, so you're getting there. You're
Is that a
getting
good
there.
segue to start talking about him?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
I can't think of a better segue.
This is my power. Games came out this week.
Yes, they did.
They did.
Oh my god, yes they did.
Games come out every week, though.
I mean,
But
yeah,
this
but
week was special.
these past 2 weeks, a lot of games came out.
Yeah, but this past day, a lot of games came
This
out.
past day, a lot
That's
of
true.
games
Well,
came out.
now you just timestamp the whole podcast. Now everyone knows when we recorded it.
Well,
Good job.
I think
it's
we've
gonna
done
be
that
up,
in the
like,
past
tonight or
too.
tomorrow anyway.
Nope, they won't know.
Oh, okay.
It's like Let's Plays. You never want to know when you record them.
Well, we're not doing Let's
They're
Plays. We're doing a
dated.
This
podcast
is a Let's Play.
with relevant current events in gaming.
Bunching already
What
announced
games
when
came
it
out?
is Let's
Hashtag
Plays.
Gamergate.
What
But
game-
we're not opening that can
What
of
games
worms.
came out? Thanks for asking, Chris.
Thanks for asking, Chris.
This big old game called Far Cry 4 came out.
So good.
It's good.
That's good, yes.
Yeah.
You got to
Have any of you touched it at all?
No, I haven't.
I've touched it for like an hour and a half.
Mhm.
It was intimate.
It was intimate.
Wow.
Hold on, did that stop the recording at all?
I don't know.
Check Audacity.
You can edit this out. Edit. Ah! Okay, there you know.
I don't think
So you know what to edit that part.
Okay.
It's a mess.
I
So-
thought you guys didn't have editing
My-
equipment.
We do.
Oh,
We don't
okay.
have mixing equipment.
No.
You don't need
I
to
mean, of
put
course
this
we have mixing equipment. We're professional.
So that Far Cry 4.
Yeah, Far Cry 4 is really good. I streamed it the night it came out. Well, the night after it came out, technically on Tuesday.
Yeah.
For about an hour and a half, and it was really good. It was solid.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it feels really good.
I haven't played it myself. I just watched like you guys play it, but it looks super solid. It looks like more Far Cry. I've played 3, and it just looks like a continuation of that, which is obviously really good.
Yeah.
This was my first journey into the Far Cry series, and I really like.
So,
it's a
yeah.
series I'd want to go back and play.
Mhm. It's pretty much the exact same thing as Far Cry 4.
Okay.
I'm
Far
sorry,
Cry
Far Cry
3?
3. Far Cry 4 is pretty much... Why are you raising your hand?
I was trying to get permission to speak. I don't want to sound, out of order.
Chris.
We didn't even invite you down here today. You just kind of walked down.
I thought I was coming. You guys left without me.
Well,
Exactly,
that's
Chris.
your own damn fault, Chris.
Far Cry 4. What do you want to say, Chris?
Oh, well, I haven't played Far Cry 4.
Oh, thanks.
What? I hate you so much. I just want to know, what makes Far Cry 4 like such a great game?
You can ride elephants, but you can't pat them on the head, so it's 0 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, but like,
Not really. It's a solid 9 on my
You've
side.
been
It's a
able
very
to-
good game.
Dynasty Warriors has been letting you ride elephants since like the 4th game in the series. So Far Cry really is going to need to step it up.
Can you pat their head, though? Because that's all I care about.
No, you
So
can,
Dynasty Warriors has a 0 out of 10, too.
No, you can sort of
On the
you
elephant
can-
cuteness factor.
You can dance with them though.
Oh, my God.
damn.
Fuck.
When you use
Mind
your
blown.
your
All of my
Musou
morals,
attack.
all of my morals have been compromised.
See, when you use your Musou attack, the elephants are like jolly dances forward, swinging his trunk to and fro, and then everything ahead of it just dies.
Oh, God.
It's quiet as fuck.
Alright, back to Far Cry 4. So, the reason why I like Far Cry, to answer your question, Chris, It's because they make these big, giant, vast environments, and they're all pretty dense, filled with a lot of actual fun activities and side quests to do. They have they have one good character in Far Cry 4. I mean, all the rest are human garbage. Pagan. Pagan Min's fantastic.
I love pigs.
He's a very good character.
So
He
you're
is.
saying it's Skyrim with guns?
Sure. No. I hate when people compare games with other games. No.
So
It
it's
is-
like Grand Theft Auto 5.
Shut up. We have to
Grand Theft
talk
Auto
about Grand
5.
Theft Auto. Don't skip ahead.
I haven't even looked at this list. What do you mean?
Yeah, he can't see your tiny
Of
ass.
course we did. Of course we did. We all looked at the list.
Far Cry 4 is really fun.
No, Adam's
Is
the
it hard?
host. He knows the
Is
list,
it hard?
and he
It
just
seems...
he takes us on an adventure through his imagination
Yeah.
via this list.
Do you like that?
We're all blind.
We're all blind.
We're
it
not
hard?
all blind.
Huh?
Is it hard?
It's... The difficulty has definitely changed a little bit, I noticed, from Far Cry 3. Because in Far Cry 3, I would do all of the outpost missions, and I would snipe all of them, and not really have much trouble.
Yeah.
And in this one, you can see that the AI is almost smarter, and how they'll notice a dead body a lot quicker, and they'll call reinforcements almost instantaneously, rather than waiting around to be like, oh,
So it's
we
better
should
than
get some
Far Cry
friends.
3, you think?
yeah, I mean, it's a bigger environment. It's what? I'm funny? I'm giving good opinions here.
That doesn't mean they're not good.
Chris,
Chris.
you weren't invited to this recording.
I swear to odd.
What was I saying?
Did you just
Comparing
say
one
swear
for
to
the-
Yeah.
God? Oh, okay.
You compare
Um,
And
but
I'm
Far
off
Cry,
Far Cry
You're saying
4.
all the
Far
things
Cry
they-
4, the difficulty ramp.
Yeah.
Goes
No,
up.
Yeah.
he went far past that. It
Oh,
was...
sorry. I
Sorry.
was too busy being disrupted by Chris.
Yeah, see, I don't blame you for that. I blame Chris for that. No, he was talking about...
He's a man.
He just got onto the point that Far Cry 4 is better than 3, from what seemingly is that it's just sort of a bigger...
It's just
Far
an
Cry
expanded Far Cry 3, and that's good.
DLC.
And you can ride elephants.
And great
That's cool
elephants.
as hell.
That's great DLC.
And it has auto drive, which something that I haven't seen in another open world game. You can just get in a car, press the left stick, and then just put your controller down, and it'll drive you to your waypoint.
That's
That's
nice.
kind of awesome.
I do
Yeah.
like that you can control the speed before
Yeah,
you put it in auto drive.
yeah, you can control the
That's
speed.
so
You can like
nice.
go fast and then hit auto drive, and then you're going fast.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I think you can do fast travel.
I've seen that in
Yeah,
a
and
few
you
MMOs
can.
recently.
Yeah, you can
You
fast
can fast
travel and you
travel.
can auto drive.
Oh, that's
But
even better.
I like the auto driving because it allows you to take in the scenery that they put so much work into.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that game looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
So next on the list is
Dragon Age.
Dragon Age.
Inquisition.
I hear the
In
character
Quidditch.
creators
In
really-
Quidditch.
and Quidditch.
Dragon Age Inquisition.
What is that? I have no idea. I'm not even going to lie to you.
It's a role-playing game by BioWare, the people that made Mass Effect,
Right.
and it's their
their
kind of
third.
like folklore, elves and dragons
Okay.
and
It's,
So that's what Dave's been?
series.
Have you ever played?
Yeah, that's what
Dave.
Dave's been
Okay.
playing.
Have you ever played Knights of the Old Republic? Star Wars game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally a fantasy version of that.
Okay.
So it's so like there's morality, but it's not like Mass Effect's cookie cutter, like blue for good, red for bad. It's like, do you kill this person? Yes, no, and then the reasons why are the reasons you've been presented. So it's like you actually think about things instead of holding a morality direction and then pressing the A button.
Sounds like a pros and cons list.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, I'm super excited for that game. It's getting high reviews, which is nice because I played the first one. I loved it. The combat it's all right.
Yeah.
It could use like a bit more depth. Like
Yeah.
it's sort of, I wish you could sort of play the game differently, but it sort of sticks to the whole MMO trinity of tank, DPS, healer thing. Because like my first half playthrough of the original Dragon Age, I probably the hardest game I ever played. Like every single encounter was like a life and death situation where I had to pause, and I'm on normal. Where I had to pause and then like plan everything out and use like almost every health reserve that I had to get through the encounter.
Yeah.
And then I finally gave in and I taught Morgana. What is her name? Morrigan. Sorry, I taught Morrigan. She's like a witch. I didn't teach her healing because she doesn't seem like her type of thing. And apparently I do that. I like to build my characters based off their personalities. So I was like, she doesn't seem like the type of person who would heal, so I never gave her a healing spell. But the moment I gave her a healing spell, I face rolled the rest of the game. That was kind of disappointing. I was sort of wishing there was a bit more way you could play around that because you just can't have enough supplies to play that game without a healer. But I love the story, every character, every character in every BioWare game is amazing.
Yeah.
And so like
They do
every
a very
person
good
in your
job.
crew is like they have like so many motivations. They almost feel like real people, and like, yeah, I can't say too much more about that.
Yeah, they're really good at writing characters.
Yeah, and so with Dragon Age Inquisition, I hear they've taken the great writing of the first game and they've taken the great combat from the second game.
Yeah.
And they sort of just put it all together, and it worked pretty well from what I hear.
Yeah, it seems like people are really liking that game. And I haven't played a single Dragon Age game, and it seems like it's almost convincing me to try this one.
Yeah.
Even if I don't really know anything from the first two, it seems like this is a good one to just kind of jump in and play regardless.
Yeah. It's pretty much your standard fantasy. The only real difference is like they sort of play up the whole mages. The mages are like evil sort of thing. Not the mages are evil, but like mages in this universe, mages are like magic sort of comes from like the underworld. It's not technically the underworld, but like the mages are very closely linked to demons, and then so like you'll have lots of like things where they try to control mages so that like demonic things don't happen. And the other thing that's a bit of a twist on fantasy is elves. Elves aren't some sort of like high class people who just look down on everyone else. They used to be, but they actually have been enslaved by humans for forever now. And so now they're sort of like living as like a lower class human. And then so lots of like, so that was cool. I actually played a playthrough where I was just a crazy elf who didn't give a fuck about the rest of the world. He was just mad about slavery. So anyone who wasn't an elf, he completely disrespected them. He would go out of his way to just kill them and ruin their day. That was fun. I didn't make any friends. So I'll see if I can maybe revive that character again, because I don't have like, my characters were killed, unfortunately, because my computer got wiped. And so that was sad. Like I feel like I lost people. Like I bring a new character and I'm like, this just isn't the same. Like all my decisions, they're gone.
Yeah.
And I don't want to play through the game the same way again.
Yeah.
Because that's probably boring. But like, I don't know. I miss the choices I've made. Because like the first one, they had like DLC that was like an expansion. Yeah. Like back when DLC was expansions and not like a couple maps or something. Like they had like a whole second story of the game, like a whole second chapter as like a sort of expansion. And like I was like halfway through that, and then so like after my things got wiped, I was fucking heartbroken. I don't know what to do with myself.
They have that thing, like the Dragon Age Keep thing.
Yeah, but I don't know. It doesn't feel the same.
Okay.
I'll
Fair
try
enough.
it. I'll probably try it like after my first playthrough Inquisition, just to be like, what if my character didn't die? Like,
Yeah, right.
How would the world be different?
Yeah, that'd be an interesting thing to go back and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's it for Dragon Age. GTA 5 also came out again.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
A year
It
later.
definitely did come out.
Yeah,
Again.
on Tuesday.
I don't know, I feel like we didn't pay much attention to that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm half. I played through GTA 5 on the 360, and I'm half tempted to play it again because the additions they added do look kind of cool, like
they
the
look
first-person
cool.
mode.
Yeah.
The game looks super nice on next gen.
Yeah. That shit looked super nice on last gen.
It
The game
did.
was
It
like-
did. Yeah.
I just like the fucking confidence they have. That they're like, oh, look at these fucking nice environments. You know what? Look at them even closer.
Yeah.
like that's just great.
Yeah,
It really
'cause,
is.
Like GTA has like the farthest camera.
Yeah.
Like the furthest third person camera of like
Yeah.
almost any third person game. So like
Yeah.
I was always thinking maybe if you zoom in on the textures it's gonna be shitty. No, the
No.
textures are fucking gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like those guys put so much work into their games.
they do.
Yeah.
They really do.
No pixelization there.
No. They ever went through the effort to like detail the inside of the cars and stuff when you're driving first
Yeah.
person in the car. That's nice attention to detail.
Yeah. Yeah. Those games are always of a certain quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I personally don't care too much about the GTA series.
I don't
I sort
either.
of like it as a sandbox. Like I literally every GTA game I play as like a sandbox. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I never
exactly.
care about the characters. I never
No.
care about going through the story.
Yeah.
I just don't. I'll go through the story just enough to unlock certain
yeah.
areas so I can just.
It's
play
running
around.
red lights and being at puckers. That's the way I see GTA.
Yeah, it's
It's doing whatever you want.
it's doing
Yeah,
Pretty
which is another great thing about it because we need more games where you sort of play it just to play.
Yeah.
You can do
Not
it.
not every game needs to try to change your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
It's on our list.
Yeah, it's on our list, but doesn't mean you gotta break out your 3DS
So
right
you
fucking now
you guys
and play.
can't see, but Chris just pulled out his 3DS XL. Apparently, he's bored with
bored
us
with
already.
our
Damn.
Damn.
All right.
Shots fired.
You guys don't see what I was trying to do. I'll do it.
You're gonna pull up
I'll-
GTA on your 3DS?
Well, can I see this?
Yeah, me too.
Please.
No,
Oh, he's
no.
going to Chinatown.
Chinatown.
That was a
board.
good game.
I actually never
It
played
was
that.
not. It was not a
Wait,
fun
that's the
game.
DS one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the
a
DS one.
It was
Good
not
or-
fun.
I got two opinions. Anybody else?
I haven't played it.
I haven't
I
played
haven't
it.
played
All
it.
right, so
And so we have two very different opinions.
That was great. It was terrible. That's what's my favorite thing about like arguing things, like especially with Adam, because Adam's like lots of times he'll be like dead set against some things, and so someone will like walk into the room and be like, "Wow, it's my favorite game series of all time. That game has inspired my entire life and every decision I will make for the rest of my life." Then Adam will be like, "That game is fucking awesome."
That's happened too many times.
And then they'll be like, "What? No." And he's like, "I don't know what to say. This is really bad." It's like, "I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. Like, you made a bad choice."
I'm just stating my humble opinion, but your taste is shit.
Opinions are fun.
Yeah, I love opinions.
Opinions are fun, and it's
God.
even more fun when people get mad at your opinions.
Yeah.
That shit's, I live for that shit. And
Opinions are fun unless you say Journey is bad.
And-
Then your opinion is shit and you're trash.
And I live for the moment that when I'm arguing with someone and it ends with, "Well, you're just fucking wrong." I love that moment. I love that moment.
This is America. We have freedom of speech.
Yeah.
They just run out of things to say, so
Yeah.
they just deny.
That-
like,
that-
nope, you're done.
That's
You're
how you can
wrong.
tell you won.
Yep.
with Adam for you.
There's Adam.
Little Big Planet 3 came out.
Ooh,
That's why nobody got it here.
That's my favorite game.
I'll
I'm
get
never
it.
gonna buy.
Yeah, I'll get it
Fine.
eventually.
That is Little Big Planet in nutshells. Like, I love those games to death, but for some reason I just don't ever play them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
Like,
Greg,
2 has been sitting on my shelf for the longest time. I've been meaning to go back to that for years. I beat it. I just want to go and play online
What
levels.
was
But
the one for the Vita? It's the first game I bought for the Vita,
Yeah.
and then I bought more games, and I never touched it.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I had a similar experience. I bought the Vita one like over the summer.
Are you raising your hands again? You can speak. The floor is open.
but then we just get clustered. We're gonna keep going back to this.
Well, then you wait for a lull. Like,
Yeah.
You don't just raise your hand. What the fuck is
Well,
this?
you've been on like 2 of these. You should know how they
This is
run.
the third one.
I know, and I feel like they're too cluttered. I just,
Greg!
Yes, Mr. Greg Fernandez.
Can I speak now?
No.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
I would just like to know, like, that's a similar question. Like, I never played like the Little Big Planet series, so like, what
Little Big Planet.
sets it above the rest?
Little Big Planet is probably the most adorable
Customization.
game.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
adorable
yeah,
and
yeah.
customization.
You can, like, the platforming is solid, and the Sackboys themselves, they're crazy customizable. You can emote, you can like smack each other around. It's just like
And
Build your own,
it's just-
build your own
it's-
levels.
It's like a virtual playground.
Yeah, I've only played the first one, but I absolutely love the first one. I mean, it's such a great game. It's such a fun adventure game, and a co-op game. I just absolutely love it.
and level creator is
It's
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
That's-
really is.
It's incredible seeing what people create in that game. It really is.
Yeah, people create the craziest things.
Yeah, like recently I saw someone recreated Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
on Little Big
Oh,
Planet.
wow.
Yeah,
2.
somebody recreated. Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard that.
Dedication.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so I'm looking at it, and I look at it, I'm like, okay, I can make a circle here, like make a circle there. I'm like, how do I make this circle Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah, exactly.
That is every single time. Like, somebody made like a first-person shooter. I'm like, that is a third-person game. How the fuck did you
That
make
is a
first-person?
platformer.
This is a third-person platformer. Like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
People create the craziest things. And I
Yeah.
can't even begin to fathom how
Yeah.
they do it.
One thing I really like about the series is that it encourages like imagination. I'm gonna sound like a 40-year-old mom, but it encourages the imagination of little kids.
It totally
Like,
does.
Yeah.
In a console market that doesn't do that.
Project
generally.
Spark, right?
Yeah, right.
Oh, God. I
Um,
had so many
and-
hopes.
I created a fish, and that was it.
And it's like it's refreshing.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
in the Sony market that's geared towards like GTA and it has Farcry and it has like all these like just deep, like intense games and you have Little Big Planet.
Which
And
is-
it's adorable.
Yeah.
So what's the review for
It's
this
really
game?
good.
Because I heard it's like
Little Big Planet, they're very mediocre.
I heard there's like
Yeah.
glitch problems and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this wasn't a Media Molecule developed Little
It
Big
was
Planet.
Sumo.
Yeah, it was-
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
the few reviews I heard were said it feels like it never left the hands of Media Molecule, except it's a bit buggy. But that's just fucking gaming nowadays.
Yeah.
Like a good half the releases we get are buggy as shit, and that's just life.
That's
definitely
been
sadly
like the last few
Terrifying
weeks.
pictures, right?
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, those terrifying pictures. Oh my god.
We'll get to Assassin's Creed.
We'll get to Assassin's Creed.
Oh my god.
Pokemon.
I played 4 hours of that today.
Yeah, I have too.
Yeah.
You know,
It's solid.
There's more Pokemon.
It's definitely more Pokemon, and
More water.
since
No.
it's my first time playing the Gen 3 games, because my last Pokemon
Really?
game was Pokemon X and Y. It's
No, I mean-
refreshing, and I'm using that a lot, but it's nice. It feels nostalgic, but also not, because it feels new, because I've never played the games all
That's
the way
so
through.
awesome.
Yeah, the
It's
third.
refreshing
like-
because there's so much water.
I didn't play the third.
There's so much
Guys,
water
please.
travel.
Please.
Yeah.
Greg,
Water
shut your fuck.
travel.
and like Pokemon, the third gen was the best gen in my opinion.
I know.
Like
I'm-
I love
Yeah,
all
I
the
agree
starters
with that.
except Mudkip was he was there.
Gen 2.
I
Okay.
acknowledged him.
What I want to say is I'm like Deanna. I never played third gen, and I agree with Andre. Second gen was the best. But the way they've revamped this into the 3D imaging, they hand out Mega Evolution Stones like candy. It's very good. It's a lot easier, but I feel the sensation still there. And then there's an after story that will just blow your mind.
And I like one of the new aspects that they added, like, you know, the little creeper walk. Like I have
Yeah.
it out right now, and it's just whenever you just like creeping through the grass, you can just walk through, like less Pokemon will come after you or whatever, and like it just feels so smooth, and it feels great to just walk in a circle, like just walk in a circle.
It feels nice not to be locked onto a grid.
These Pokemon
I know,
mechanics, the mechanics of this Pokemon game. Oh, I'll tell you what.
I know, there's so much like Pokemon, and it's like you take your turn, and then the opponent takes theirs, and it's
Are you
like
telling me it's
Whoa.
turn-based?
It's a turn-based
Yeah, I know, right?
RPG.
Because there's like elemental weaknesses and shit. So
I know.
it's like you use lightning attacks on like.
Oh, wow.
Wow. It's crazy.
Wow. Well, that Pokemon game I played was not like that at all.
I know,
So,
totally fresh for me, and refreshing and new.
refreshing.
Refreshing. It's crispy.
It's crispy and refreshing.
The new games, though, seem really good for, like, competitive. Like, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you get breed moves
It's
early
just like
on.
they have, at this point, they've just added so much to
Yeah.
that meta that
Yeah.
at this point it would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, well, it's
it's
like-
there's, of course, it's really deep
And then-
at this point.
Yeah, like, when I was little, I never cared about competitive.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm catching the Pokemon, and then I got all of them. Now it's like competitive battles. Like, oh, can I just play the story?
Yeah,
Go to outer
exactly.
space and
Yeah,
catch
but
you.
but if you just play the story and then do nothing else with like, oh, you beat the game, better put it in my shelf.
Yeah. It's
Until next year.
I'll just look at it.
Pokemon without competitive battling is a bad game.
It absolutely
Yes.
is. It's
It's
terrible.
a terrible game.
It's a terrible
because
game.
you follow not that it's a terrible game. It's that it's
I know
it's
exactly
dry.
what you mean.
Like, it's
Yeah.
completely done.
They've
Like-
really
like, so-
improved competitive battling since the 6th generation, though.
Are
It
we
feels
still
like
in
with
the
the new
sixth
type, it's a lot more solid, and the meta's a lot more solid.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but it's just like every Pokemon game since the beginning has been the 8 badges, the 4 things, and that's technically how you beat the game. And then they add this sort of like, oh, get all the Pokemon if you want.
And now you can
as
check
the-
your IVs.
And now you can
Like, congratulations, you're the champion.
yeah. So
Here
it's
you
like
go.
so that doesn't take that long. Like I bought Pokemon X and Y, and I did that in like a couple days, only because I have work and other shit to do. And then in like a week at most, and then like I battled a bit, and then I put it away for other games that have more replay value, because it's like there's no end game to Pokemon games if you're not competitive.
Yeah,
And when you were a kid and you were a little brat, it's like, oh, I got to catch them all. It's like, no, catching is tedious.
Yeah.
Breeding Pokemon is tedious and terrible.
No, it
But
is.
it's so
Still
much.
is.
But it's so
Yeah,
much.
it really is. That's why
I
I can't
enjoy
enter
it.
it.
Exactly.
Well, that's what I
can't.
It's not for everyone.
Yeah, I
No,
can't.
definitely
It's just like, oh my
Definitely not for
god.
everyone.
No.
And like people always get surprised when it gets low scores, and I'm just like, no.
No, it probably deserves it.
Pokemon is very niche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ironically, because it's like so
'Cause it's,
big.
it's literally the biggest Nintendo series.
Yeah.
Yeah,
make a lot
like
of
it's so
money.
big,
Second.
yet somehow it's still so very niche. It's like people just sort of buy it out of like You kind of gotta.
A lot of people are like, oh, I gotta finish my collection.
That's the thing. If I could stop at any point buying Pokemon games, maybe I would. Yeah. But at this point, I own every Pokemon game. So once I stop, I don't own them all anymore.
Gotta buy them all.
Man, Pokemon has the smartest marketing ever. Oh my god.
They own your mind.
It's the second largest video game franchise of all, next to Mario.
Best marketing, really.
Like they're also the only game that can get away with releasing two basically the same game.
Yeah.
And no one,
no one gets mad about it.
And when these remakes come out, it appeals to our age group, the 20-year-olds. Because when I was in GameStop, I was in line, and everybody in the line was getting their pure Pokemon game, and they were all around my age.
Yeah, absolutely. Pokemon. Everyone likes it.
Yeah.
But
the graphics, though, they really. They look so good.
They're
They use
amazing.
the processing power of the 3DS to almost its fullest potential. The only game I have seen that surpasses this game in just sheer beauty is Bravely Default.
Yeah.
Started on Bravely Default. I love that game so much.
It's so good.
that came out almost a year ago.
I know. It came out so long ago.
Don't worry, there's gonna be a part 2.
Oh my god.
Bravely second.
Wait.
Bravely second.
Cannot wait. I'm just gonna go on I'm just gonna make a separate video. It's gonna be me going on for 3.5 hours.
About Bravely Default. Can I join you?
I'm gonna play that before we do our stuff at the end of the year.
I don't want to take too much on this, but the art is so gorgeous, and they put so much detail into the jobs and the different things that you can make your character look like, and just the backgrounds of the cities that you're in and the world map. And it's a really solidly put together game.
So
it's creative, the art style's fucking nice, and
it has the best plot twist of all fucking time.
It really does.
I'm not gonna say of all fucking time, but of gaming plot twists,
a 3DS
this is
game.
up there.
Yeah.
Is it Bioshock level plot twist?
Almost.
It is almost
Almost Bioshock
That's
level.
very hefty.
So what kind of game is Bravely Default?
It's an RPG.
It's a
90s
90s
RPG.
Yeah, it's like reminiscence of the 90s. That's why I respect it. Like it reminds me so much of the 90s, and not new ones. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it looks really cool.
So, you get your characters, and you have a party, and you level them up, and then it's named after the combat system. You could either be brave and take extra turns during your one turn, and there's a karma system that you can use up, and as you go brave, you get more into negatives, and you can't move for that many turns thereafter. So you have to get back to 0 before you want to do anything else. Or you could default and build it up so you can use 4 turns in 4 turns.
It is crazy. Unless when you hear it as just a simple mechanic, it's just what? what does this mean? Yet eventually you just sort of make it work. You start to after you start building up moves and things, you just figure out it's I'm gonna brave with these 2 characters. I'm gonna default with this one, and
have
we
all
should
sorts
not be
of...
talking about this.
Yeah, I know.
Pokemon.
Pokemon. Sorry.
We pretty much said everything about Pokemon. It's the same stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
This time there's more Pokemon.
And more water.
And a lot more water.
And you go to space.
Although we should probably talk about this, they seem to have realized the fact that no Pokemon game besides the second generation has had any good endgame content.
Yeah.
So they seem to have they allow you to catch almost every legendary, and it's all sort of
That's why Andre
area
and I
side
like the
quest
second
and thing.
generation, because it's the only one that had really good.
Yeah, I
story.
agree with that. That's the reason I like the second generation. I personally think everything else in the third generation is better, besides the endgame content, which is why I love it so much. But yeah, I do love that shit, and especially the ending. Ooh, Fighting Red?
That blew my
Fighting
mind.
Red.
That blew my mind.
Especially since you're a baby, is that me? And it has the icon because you know it from when you whenever you check your player card or whenever you or whenever you beat the Pokemon League, which I did 100,000 times on fucking Pokemon Blue. So I see that I'm like, it says Pokemon Trainer Red, and I was like, oh shit. And I saw the Blastoise, and that was my starter. I was like, that's him. That's Hydro. Fucking Hydro, man!
Good. Oh my god.
I called him Hydro. Hydro the Squirtle. Sorry, that's what Pokemon does to you.
It's evil.
Yeah, it's evil.
It really is.
It's evil.
It's got a hold on my heart.
And especially now, it feels like I missed a part of my childhood, because couldn't afford them. Like, if I wanted something, I had to buy it for myself. And it's like, well, now I get to relive that part of my childhood that I didn't have.
Yeah.
And, like, that's why I like them so much, and that's why I don't feel like, it's just Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's like, this
Gotta
is
get
so
Soul
cool.
Silver.
Have you guys heard about this? Like,
Speaking of Soul Silver, they
Oh,
should
God.
keep you. I know this is it. I'm gonna end it right now. Why can't your Pokemon follow you anymore? That was the best.
That was
Literally,
awesome.
literally the best thing they ever did in any Pokemon game. So that's number one. Pokemon follow you, and then everything else.
Yeah.
Pokemon has
Wait,
ever
wait.
done.
Like your Pokemon
Since
cuddle with
Pokemon
you, I'm like,
Yellow.
aw.
Since Pokemon Yellow.
Pikachu.
All right, enough of Pokemon. What's next?
I'm not even
Yeah, I'm
opening
done.
it.
We're done,
Yeah,
we're
we're
I'm
done.
not opening it.
No, go.
keep us going. Post.
I don't know. Maybe we should save this for last. Let's save it for last. Let's talk about Assassins.
Ass Creed.
The glitch.
Oh yes.
That's
Oh
all
my
I know
God,
about.
okay.
The glitch scares me.
Assassins.
Let me.
Rogue and Unity.
Can I talk about
No one
Unity?
cares about Rogue.
And I just want to, completely frankly, just bitch about how poorly this game is optimized.
Yep.
You need, its recommended settings are 6 gigabytes of dedicated virtual visual memory.
Yeah. That's pretty hefty.
That's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
The only way you can do that in one graphics card is to buy a Titan.
Yep.
That's a $3,000 graphics card to run a game that just came out on recommended settings.
Mm-hmm.
I
They
have
don't look that good neither. it's like it's not the same as like, oh, it's Crysis. Crysis looks really good. It's like, oh, you need a lot to run it though. And it's like, oh, okay. Well, this is like probably one of the best looking games of probably all time.
Yeah.
yeah.
But then you see Assassin's Creed and it's like, this is the most average looking game of all time.
Like-
Good thing I need a $3,000 graphics card.
My graphics card was probably, what's the retail value? $350? Because it wasn't that much when I bought it. But it's the 770. It has 2 gigabytes of dedicated memory, and it's super clocked. It has like all the cooling built in, and I can run Assassin's Creed Unity on maybe medium without it lagging at all.
That's crazy.
I can go back to The Witcher 2 and run it on Ultra with no lags happening, streaming to my little tablet computer in my living room. I can play Far Cry 4 on Ultra with no problems. Like, the power supply in my computer has a fan that turns on only when it's needed. It doesn't turn on during Far Cry. It does not take a lot. Well, it does take a lot to run, but if you do it correctly, you won't need a lot of power. And for Assassin's Creed Unity to come out in a market of games where you can run it on pretty much any graphics card that's like $150 or more on like a high setting, it's just bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason for it to have that much power needed.
Nope.
So
Yeah.
that's the PC Master Race in me coming out. But
Ubisoft is the worst.
and then, oh my god, don't get me started on Ubisoft and their fucking
Oh.
inability
No.
to share games.
Oh, okay.
I know what
Okay,
you
we
thought
got-
I was gonna
That did
say.
a lot better than
That's sexist. We know what you were all thinking.
Yeah,
I guess, yeah.
don't patronize me.
It's my fault, yeah.
Yeah, you play's the worst.
You play.
You play
I'm
so
seeing
bad.
saying
You play
Ubisoft's the worst. You play is the worst. Assassin's Creed Unity and Rogue are the worst.
Like, you play. I do Steam sharing, and it's like I wanted to play Far Cry 4 without overwriting someone else's save file. I couldn't do that,
Yeah.
and it's like, in a world where sharing games is becoming more common, Uplay is just regressing.
Gotta buy those games.
Like, it's stupid, and it's a really good business objective, but it sucks on the user end.
It's a good business perspective. That's not the word you used. For now.
Objective.
Objective. And I'm the worst parent. Absolute worst. But for now, like
parent?
basically all. Yes, I'm a parent. Basically,
Rick, you never told us.
EA, Activision, and Ubisoft. They're only thinking short term. They're like, okay, we're gonna squeeze a couple million out of this game. Like, ooh, $1 million, that's a lot. But it's like Nintendo. Look at them. They fucked up royally with the Wii U. Like
Yeah.
the
Oh, big
worst,
time.
the worst marketing next to the Xbox One. No one,
Yeah.
no one even knew. They almost surpassed it with the new 3DS. But no one knew the Wii U was a new console.
Yeah.
They didn't even show the fact there was a new console. An image like leaked after they announced it, and like there was an interview with Reggie, and he was like, yeah, there's a console. It's like we don't want to focus on that though, because Nintendo were focusing on the Wii Pad, and now everyone's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Is this a new console or not?"
Yeah.
And even after that, you want to know why Nintendo didn't lose every money they ever had? Is because their customers fucking respect and still love them.
Yeah.
You know who has no respect or love? Ubisoft and Activision. So sure, they're gonna squeeze. Gamers might be dumb and they keep buying the terrible shit they're giving to us, but they're eventually gamers are gonna get mad enough to stop buying your shit. People have already started doing that with EA, which is why they finally started fixing their shit recently. And now Ubisoft is just trying to take EA's mantle of worst company for video games.
You also have to consider the core that doesn't know anything about that, though, and that's most of Assassin's Creed audience. Like, they don't give a fuck about their business strategies. They sit down, they jump off buildings, they kill people. They're like, "This is cool. I can't wait to do this again next year." And then that's it.
Right.
And that's most of Ubisoft's audience. So, I mean,
Yeah, business-wise, they're playing
they
their audience.
don't really
Like,
care. Like that sounds kind of shitty, but they don't fucking care.
As long as they're making money.
I feel like anyone that does Ubisoft like religiously just doesn't care.
Yeah.
It's like if you want a game, if you want to be invested in a game series but not care about the game series, go with Ubisoft because they don't care about you either.
I'm hoping
At least it's
eventually.
mutual.
I'm hoping eventually we'll have enough reach to get to the more casuals. I hate that word, but you know, people who
Like
people
people who don't make podcasts about video games.
Yeah, people who don't make
Yes.
like see, casuals is the perfect word for it, but it sort of has the negative connotation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Right.
yeah,
Which
casuals.
I know exactly what you mean. It's kind of like the people Adam described who like buy Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's
every-
like
Core audiences.
Yeah, core audience.
Core audience.
It's like I'm hoping that eventually we'll bitch enough that it'll sort of get to them because I know lots of people who play, you know, their Call of Duties every year, and they know that EA is like shitty. Like they like it's sort of word of mouth has sort of gotten around. They're terrible. So I'm hoping that this sort of happens with Ubisoft, especially since how angry gamers are. Like we're it's slowly been building up.
It has been.
Like
Oh,
it
yeah.
is
Oh,
it is gonna
yeah.
explode any year now.
Oh yeah.
Like
I'm not saying anything.
Give
yeah,
it a
this-
max of
like-
5 years. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
it's like
Give it a max of 2. Like
it's like especially if the PlayStation. If the PlayStation 4 and Xbox 360 have another 360, Xbox One have another year like this, where the entire year is a drought except for November. Like I feel like some crazy shit's gonna go down because this was until November the worst year in gaming probably.
Yeah.
In a while,
every
yeah.
game that came out in the first half of the year was a huge disappointment. Most of them didn't even work. None of them were particularly good. There was no like gem besides Shovel Knight, but that doesn't even
And
count.
Hearthstone.
yeah.
Well,
But Shovel Knight's
Did
on like
Hearthstone
everything.
come out this year?
Hearthstone 1.0 in March.
It's one
okay.
of those games.
well, what about
you could
South
play
Park
it
Stick
forever.
of Truth?
South Park Stick
South Park
of
was
Truth.
good, but forgettable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a gem.
It was a fantastic licensed game,
Yeah.
but I forgot about it come like June.
Yeah, and then people keep bringing it up like, oh, that came out this year.
Yeah, I enjoyed that, and then like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, because it even feels so long since that happened because
Yeah.
like, this entire year has just been a drought.
I thought that came out last year.
Came out-
Yeah, see, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
It feels like it.
yeah, it feels like it at this point. Damn.
Like I thought I came in at the end of last semester and people were playing it. Like
Well-
they went home over winter break and it's like, oh, I beat the game. It's like,
Yeah.
are you sure?
So yeah,
Brain.
all in all, Gaming Crash 2017. 2017.
Calling it.
At most, like if not before then.
Oh, that's not going to be a full crash. The gaming's too big. For
No, it's
that
not
shit.
gonna.
Yeah.
No.
It's going to be.
Gaming's,
It's gonna-
gaming
it's gonna
is
be-
almost as a recession-proof industry as makeup is.
I mean, Call
and
of,
like beauty products.
Call of Duty: Advanced Warfare is the single piece of entertainment that made the most money this year.
Probably.
Like, no, it is.
It is.
Also, I know
Yeah,
people
like,
are going to get
that's
mad that I
fact.
said that.
Yeah,
like,
so that
More
that
so than
includes like
more so than any movie, anything.
Yeah.
Advanced Warfare has made more money than any other piece of entertainment this year. Games are big.
yeah.
Alright.
We should not, even though we didn't talk about Assassin's Creed, we should
talked about-
move
we
on.
talked
The glitch.
How
We talked
poorly
about
we talked about how
Yeah.
poorly optimized it is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And
That's all it needs.
That really.
And has anyone here actually played it?
No.
Oh,
So we
oh,
don't.
yeah, no, I should probably talk about it.
Oh,
because
did you play it?
I played a bit of it, and
Okay.
I've also read a whole bunch about it. Had it not been the worst optimized game since Battlefield 4,
Oh my god.
it was probably like the basic gameplay is probably the best in the series.
Yeah.
They added a dedicated stealth button. They fixed the combat so that you don't kill one person and proceed to chain everyone else in the group. Now fighting is how it is in most stealth games, where it's, you can dispatch perhaps one person, but the moment there's a crowd, then you're probably going to want to escape. Because like in the Assassin's Creed games, you had escape methods, but why? When you can Batman all of them. Yeah. And now it's sort of fulfilling the stealth niche that the game is always supposed to be, because you're literally an assassin. It is the organization of assassins, yet you spend most of your time bodying everyone instead of assassinating. Yeah. So I thought that was good. I thought it was a shame, because I honestly feel like this is Ubisoft's fault. Because you can always sort of tell in these like disastrous games where it's like, there's so many good ideas that never came to fruition because they were trying to get something done, and they were like, hey, Ubisoft, can we have like maybe another year, 6 months or something? It's like, nah, B, it's gonna come out this year. They were like, but it's like, nope. Yeah, here it is. Now you have that terrible image of the dude kissing the chick and his face is completely gone. You just see his eyebrows. You just see his eye holes in his lips.
I'm not gonna say anything.
All right.
And we're not going to
next
discuss
topic.
And we're
Next
not going
topic.
to discuss their
We
horrible
don't have.
mistakes.
I mean, this kind of speaks for itself. But the Halo Master Chief Collection came out.
It's solid.
Didn't we talk about that last week?
Don't you
We
mean-
talked
we
about
talked
that it
about-
was coming out.
Yeah,
Oh,
Halo
okay.
3, the HD version.
I won't. I'm a big Halo guy, so I'll talk about this for a little bit, and then we'll be done, unless anyone else wants to add. But
Can I just... I've never played a Halo game before,
they're really good.
and if I wasn't brutally destroyed in the tournament we had, I would have liked it.
I mean, really destroyed.
Like, I'll admit I'm a
worst.
really bad sport,
Yeah.
and it's like, if I had Xbox, I'd want to go back to it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
I had
that's my
-3
2
points.
cents.
Yeah.
Negative 3 points.
Negative
so.
3 points.
At least I could kind of hold my own.
Yeah.
It was the final score was like 5-50,
Negative 3 to like 10.
and I did not self-destruct.
Jumping all over the place, you.
Swag.
So the work that 343 did,
Yeah.
adding on to Bungie's masterpieces, was pretty great. That game looks a lot better. That game runs at a solid 60 frames now, and it feels kind of weird, but it looks great. And they also came and did new CG trailers, CG cutscenes for everything. They remade all of them, and it just looks stunning. And it's really, I guess, everything you'd want in a whole collection of stuff, because you now have every map that's ever been in Halo. Each game plays as it did on their original, with their original physics engines, how they did when they came out. They put a lot of work into this game. It's really good. They're still good Halo games. And it's something that's nice to add to the collection, because, like, what if I want to, like, down the road, like, I want to play Halo 2, but, well, I don't want to dig up my Xbox 360 or whatever. It's like, I'll just pop it right in right now. And it'll look better, it'll play better, like...
Yeah.
It's a really good collector's piece as well as a solid recreation of the games.
Which is why I kind of love, like, the whole HD collection thing. Like, people sometimes complain that, it's just companies trying to get easy money. But it's great to have them all, like, in HD on one console.
One disc.
Yeah, it's basically fine, except when Capcom does it. Because Capcom is like, you remember that game last year? It's like, that one game you made that actually made money. And they were like, it's like, yeah, we do too. Here's the HD.
Yeah, here it is again. What?
Don't get me started. They're remaking a remake of Resident Evil.
Oh my god.
Yeah, stuff like that.
The Resident
Bad
Evil 1
idea,
remake
bad
on the
idea.
GameCube. They're remaking the remake of Resident Evil 1. I fucking can't stand that shit.
What did you say about Capcom once? It's like, they'll hold you as, like, if you're an infant, they'll hold you, but they'll also, like, spit in your mouth.
That sounds like something I would say. They sort of caress you. Like they sort of like caress you. It's like, it's gonna be alright. Because you sort of like, you think Capcom, you sort of like, it reminds you of home, you know? It's kind of like a Nintendo or something. And then all they've ever done is fuck you, though. Yeah. They just spit in your mouth. Like, Capcom has been, like, terrible forever, but no one cares because they're Japanese and they have good music in their games. I'm calling it now. It's controversial. Every Japanese game is good because of the soundtrack. that is like holds up so many average to low games. is because
Okay,
every
average
single
solo.
every single Japanese game is, for some reason, the composer's Nobuo Uematsu, whatever the hell's name is, the Final Fantasy guy. He does like every single Japanese game soundtrack, and it's always amazing. You know how many bad games I've played that I'm sitting there listening to the soundtrack and I'm having a blast?
Like most Final Fantasy games.
Every Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
But like you guys said about soundtracks, if the Yoshi's Island soundtrack was playing in your head every day, there'd be no war.
There'd be no war.
No.
No war. How
Where
the
we go
fuck are
back
you
to
gonna
that?
shoot someone if you're listening to the ending song of Yoshi's story?
I
can't do it.
Honestly, if that shit was on 24/7, I would kill everyone.
Like in moderation.
In moderation.
Yeah,
Like,
in
if it was in like a
if,
like a
if
stress
everyone
ball.
just loved themselves.
if it was in like a few week playlist
no,
of all like Nintendo soundtracks.
Okay.
I would.
No one would
I
kill
Just
anyone.
calling once.
I would be jamming half the time, but especially because nowadays Nintendo is jazzing the fuck out of everything
Yeah.
they do.
Segway, Smash Brothers. What every fucking song in that is a
You guys
rock
take this
remix
one.
of everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so in Smash, the very first thing here, they have like 15 of that version
Yeah.
mixed out. Like
The banana. They got the banana in jazz. They got the banana in rock pop ballads.
Like they have it everywhere. Your beginning screen, got it. Final Destination, Battlefield, we got it. Ending screen, we got it.
Yeah.
What?
So here's the interesting thing that happened when we popped in Smash
Oh,
for the first
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
It was
Did I
almost
miss
like this shitty Omen. Like we put in Smash Brothers for the Wii U. The first song that we hear is the Melee menu music. And I'm like,
10 more years.
dear God.
Yeah,
And
we exited back to the press start screen and kept going back, and it wasn't switching back. We go to My Music. The regular Smash 4 menu music is like turned all the way up. Melee has like a tiny bit, but it kept playing.
I want to know
That's
the
my
fucking
dick.
odds of that
That's my
happening.
That's just fucking beautiful. It's, like, it's been so long since we had a good one.
Well, I mean, today's the 13th birthday of Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Yeah.
That is cool. I like how they did that.
It'll never die.
Wow.
They probably programmed that shit.
Yeah.
It's just like
anyone-
Yeah.
on the birthday of Melee, it just plays the Melee theme.
It's
Yeah.
like happy birthday for video game.
Yeah. Speaking of which, last night I'm chilling in my basement doing shit.
Okay.
And
All right.
and
We won't ask you.
Yeah,
guys.
don't
my
go into
Wii U
detail.
pops up with an advertisement
Yes!
for Smash Brothers.
Fuck that
I was
shit.
like,
Yeah.
what the
Yeah.
hell?
Fuck that shit.
I've never seen
Yeah.
that before.
Yeah, like the gamepad will just fucking toss
Doink.
advertisements at you.
Yo, I didn't know how to feel. I was like, I feel like I should be mad, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm really not mad. As long as it doesn't happen a lot,
Yeah.
I think I'll be cool with
Yeah.
it. But like,
I
I
feel
feel
like
like
the first time it happened, I'm like, wait, did this thing really? Just like, I could be in another fucking room. Is it trying to play advertisements to
Yeah,
me?
right. It like makes a little noise and just starts blinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it started blinking. I'm
Yeah.
like, what's wrong? You have
The
something
first
to
time
tell
I-
me? Smash Brothers out today. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, the first time that happened, I was confused, and I
Thanks
remember.
for fucking letting me know. I've had it on pre-order for 4 months.
Right?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who the fuck are they advertising to? Everybody who owns a Wii U is going to
Gonna
get
buy
Yeah.
They're gonna buy anything.
Yeah, it's so,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Especially
it.
Smash.
Especially Smash.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
the Wii U's had a lot of good games come out, like from May until like
Yeah.
2015.
Yeah, I've been
They have a really good lineup.
I've been looking at stuff that came out this year. A good chunk of those games are Wii U games that I like this year.
And like I'm looking forward to getting one as soon as I can.
Christmas.
Captain Toad. Captain
Toad's coming.
I can't wait.
Okay, so
yeah.
let's actually talk about Smash. I
Um,
really,
You guys take it.
It's
I feel like I'm
super
gonna be too
solid.
salty to.
It looks really nice.
say
It plays
anything
really nice.
productive.
You can use GameCube controllers. That's awesome.
8 players.
so many
Oh
control
man,
options.
that's
So many
chaos.
controller
insane.
options.
Coke
It's
made
great.
controller options, yeah.
Like, okay, so
You can even use your 3DS.
So,
that is.
yeah, you can use your 3DS, you can use GameCube controllers, you can use the gamepad, you can use the Wiimote, you can use the Wiimote nunchuck, you can use a GameCube adapter from the Wii, the Hori controllers, you can use the fucking classic controller, a classic controller Pro. That's 8 right there.
Yeah.
Like pretty much
And I don't-
anything you can connect to the Wii U.
That is
useful.
8 controller options. That's 8 players.
Smash.
8-player Smash.
Smash went,
Everyone has their own
Smash
control
went
option.
completely,
Full segue.
Smash went completely crazy. They were just like, all right, we're gonna give everybody, we're gonna give every option. There's gonna be no reason nobody should be able to play this game because they have the amazing 8-player Smash. A lot of people say it's a little too hectic. No, this is what
fun.
Smash Brothers is supposed to be.
Exactly.
Hectic
It's
as,
fun.
It
as
is.
So much
everything.
fun.
3-on-3s, and it's just like, whoa, am I playing some kind of other game? But no,
You
you're
just
playing
have,
Smash.
you just have to have the right stage. I will never, ever in my life play another game of 8-man Smash on Paul Tennis Temple.
That was
Oh,
terrible.
oh my god.
literally,
That was
went-
fun for me because I made it into the final 4.
Yeah, but that was
match.
after 20 minutes of taunting. It takes so long because it's good to camp. It's good to run away.
I
tried
think
to
time
fight.
is the best thing to do. Time is the best thing.
I tried to fight.
I had one of those.
I tried to fight
You can
too.
stand
And
on
I
a
died.
platform
Yeah, I
by
tried to
yourself
fight
and end up in the final 2.
Yeah.
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 You
And
definitely
it was so
Wait, you have
painful
3
and so
lives?
long.
How do you still have 3 lives?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
It was just.
I just
painful.
ran.
Yeah,
But we did some, and that sort of soured my opinion of it. But then we were just doing some lighthearted, like 8 ones
Yeah.
right before we left to do the podcast. And that was solid.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
a
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it was good. What I really fucking dig is 4v4s.
Those
Yeah.
are fun.
Oh, those are
Or
fun.
2v2.
Or
Get in on one of
2v2s,
those.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like any team combination of like the 8-man Smash
fun.
is so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's sort of it keeps almost the same amount of chaos of 8-man free for all, but it gives you a target instead of
organizes
everything.
it.
Yeah.
So instead of I'm pressing A and jumping and hoping I hit everyone, you sort of aim it to the right now instead of just everywhere.
Yeah.
It's organized chaos.
Yeah, and it's great. Like
Yeah, it's good.
I love I'll always see like Rich beating the shit out of one of my allies, and that's why I come and body him, and then I save my ally.
Yeah.
Like just little stuff like that. And there's also great times where you'll throw someone into like a hit, and then
And you'll get
Yeah.
you'll get like the wombo combo.
you could imagine how crazy the wombo combo would be with 4 people.
My God.
Wailing on one dude.
Yeah.
Wailing on one Falcon.
Didn't we do that today?
Something like that kind of happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Like-
It was towards one of the end of the things. But it was a 4v4. We had 3. There was one person left on one side and 3 people left on the other. I grabbed the dude and yelled, "Body him!"
Yes.
And
I just-
everyone comes. Sonic, he's Sonic, so he comes from like across the stage and just literally just beat the shit out of him. And then and it's almost like it was like a generic cartoon cloud. Dust of cloud came up, and then all of a sudden the dude just shoots up into the sky. It was
Beautiful.
We
Yeah.
should have saved that match.
We should have. I think I might have. I'm not sure.
We didn't have an SD card. There's no way.
No, you can save it on the
You can
system.
save
Replays.
videos, but not snapshots.
That doesn't make sense.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I
And
don't
I'm
either.
guessing the videos are on the hard drive, and the
Yeah.
snapshots automatically go to the SD card.
Yeah.
Which
Which is weird.
Which, like,
Which
even
should
in
be
Brawl,
reversed.
you could save snapshots to the console or SD card to give you the option.
yeah.
This one, I don't know.
It's a video file. I mean, a photo file. Like, it can't be
Like
that big.
because on the Wii you couldn't save video. You had to save videos on the SD card. And I don't know why they felt the need to change that, but whatever.
I feel the single
Yeah.
player stuff
Oh,
is
well.
solid.
The Smash game's good.
Yeah, it's really
very
it's
good.
Single
really
player stuff
good.
is solid. Like the classic
Like-
mode, I prefer it over every other one.
Yeah.
Because I played it today. You don't like it?
I don't. Okay, it might be because it's too different. Like it went from like the linear straight line, like oh yeah, I'm going through this. Ever since 64, now it's like all right, we're gonna put you on a board and you can choose, and then we're gonna knock everybody off the table. Then we're gonna put some new some new levels on you. Then we're gonna add some intruder alerts. I'm just like
I was digging it. It's something new.
It felt like it was too.
I played with 2 people. Me and Monica were playing today too. Makes collecting the trophy much easier instead of doing one every single person. You got 2 people half the time. I really enjoyed it. I'm really looking forward to a vet match. Anyone played one?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I'm trying to unlock all the characters before I do that because that's my favorite mode of vet matches. I can't wait.
yeah,
I'm so glad they're back.
there's a whole lot of single player content in this one, which is
Yeah.
great.
Smash Tour.
But
Okay. I will
Smash
say I actually I don't care what you guys say. I like Smash Tour. I like the idea of
I
Smash
actually,
Tour.
like, we played it, I kind of had fun.
The second time.
Like, we played that shit last night, and I'm like,
You probably
I'd rather sleep right now.
yeah.
And then
It
we
was
played
like
it
4
today, and I'm
a.m..
like, this is alright.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. The only thing is like, I don't know. I felt confused like throughout the entire playthrough.
Yeah,
of it.
I don't know what
I
happened.
kept using items and not
Yeah.
really knowing why
It-
I was
like-
using the items. And
It seems like it forces you to do everything.
yeah,
It's like, use this now. No, okay, you used it.
I was like, no.
Like it's a really good concept. They just need to spruce it up a bit. Maybe add some more, bigger maps.
No,
or-
no.
No,
Maybe-
no bigger
They
maps.
do not need to add anything. Like
Yeah, that's too
that
much.
shit's too much already.
It'll be.
Yeah.
It'll,
They just need to
they could
polish
they
it.
could make it the
Yeah.
Mario Party that Mario Party refuses to make right now.
Fun.
Yes, yes they can.
The last good
Nostalgia
Mario
factor.
Party was Mario Party 8.
Yeah,
That's
if
all I
they
got.
added
None of the
more,
Mario
'cause,
Party
like,
games are good. Whoops.
Hey, you go again.
Your opinion.
Oh,
Your opinion is wrong.
There's the opinion.
Your
Yeah,
opinion is
you're
wrong
wrong.
anyway. So
They're all bullshit.
No, he just
Yeah,
mad
they're
because
fucking
Rich
bullshit.
always wins.
Motherfucker had five
Hidden blocks.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
of them are
no.
stars.
Yeah, it's
Fuck
such
Mario
bullshit
Party.
that Rich always wins.
I don't know how it happens,
It's
guys.
such bullshit.
I've never faced
that it
Rich.
took
I would
three
win if I
people
faced
a conscious
Rich.
effort to dethrone Rich by one fucking star.
Yeah, that's totally how luck works.
Unplugging
Consistent
controllers,
victories.
No.
teaming up, giving stars, and I still came in
Put me
second.
up against Rich in Mario Party 7, and we'll see how that goes.
Rich
Everyone
will
said
win.
that.
Rich,
Everyone
Rich,
say
Rich
that.
will win.
Fucking, he always
that's
picks
not
Mario.
true. It's not
to win.
now, guys.
He got
The
like
five
13
lucky-
stars.
Yeah.
Half
You,
As much as
all,
you three
you all have
combined.
played Rich in Mario Party. I haven't. Mario Party is my game. I know how to play the
All
game.
right. I'll take your word for it.
But anyway, Smash Tour.
Smash Tour.
Think it's better than Smash Run?
Yeah,
You think so?
yeah. I hated Smash Run.
Smash Run was horrible.
I would not say that. I really like Smash Run because it was like Kirby's Air Ride, and I really like Kirby's Air Ride.
I like Smash Run just because it's celebrating Nintendo more than this, because you have generic Mii's and you just
Oh
run
yeah,
around.
that's true. I guess. I mean,
Smash Run is like, oh, look at all these enemies from all these beautiful
But-
franchise.
but none of those enemies. We already talked about the 3DS one.
Yeah.
None of those enemies were fun.
No, it's true. But
Yeah.
I feel like Smash Bros. Is a game that needs to embrace Nintendo. And
Yeah.
The biggest thing to do with Smash Tour doesn't really do that well.
I feel like they should have switched it, like Smash Run on the Wii U and Smash Tour on the DS. I feel like that would have fit better.
But
Oh.
yeah, I don't know.
That's hard.
They're
no,
both
because-
fine.
No, because with the Smash Run, you would only be able to play that online, basically, which is why it fits better on the 3DS. Because unless it's like, four people all running.
I mean, I guess it's the same thing with Smash Run too, because you play that with. four
Yeah, but
people.
you could play that with 4 people locally. You can't play Smash Run 4 people locally. I mean, they all
play
have
with
their own
computers.
3DS.
Yeah, you can play with computers.
You can play with computers.
Yeah, no, technically, but I'm talking about like we have 4 people controlled. I guess you could sort of try to split the screen into 4 and
Yeah,
have
it would be
everybody-
like
Yeah.
Kirby's
Oh,
Air
I,
Ride.
Yeah.
I see what you. No, I see what you.
So
Yeah, I see what
I
that
mean,
means.
it might be interesting if, say, you were all in the same labyrinth, you could just beat the shit out of each other
Yeah.
and like impede them
Yeah.
and stuff. That might be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually.
That's actually kind of what I thought it was going to be like. Like if you can. That's the one thing. In Smash Run, you can't like run into each other. You can't like stop each other. I was kind of hoping it had something like
That'd
that.
be-
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been cool. And I was
Yeah.
You
surprised
like
it
steal
didn't.
their power.
Yeah,
That would
something
be
like
nice.
that. Yeah.
I do kind of wish Smash Tour did other events more often, because I remember like
Yeah.
we did one home run match in the middle of it. I'm like, oh, that's
That was
interesting.
that was neat.
Yeah, and I realized because I was pissed off because Chris was playing Meta Knight and he missed the fuck out of the home run dude.
The
And
bat.
then,
Sandbag.
yeah, the sandbag, and then he hits it with the home run bat and like passes all of us despite having like the lowest damage percent. And I was like, oh yeah, we're in Smash Run. He had a high special.
Oh my
I mean,
god,
he had
that's
he
why
had
that
he had a high
happened.
tool count or whatever. The
Oh,
hell it
I didn't
was.
even notice that.
Yeah, so that's why he hit it so far.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
That's
I completely forgot
bullshit.
about that. Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
But I was super fast.
Yeah.
That didn't help me at all in the home run match. No, see, because like in Smash Run, like the final battle you would have was also varied. Like sometimes it would be like a jumping race or like a vertical race thing, and that would be great for this because it would be different events. Say the game decided to give me a whole bunch of jump. And so I would be able to do the jumping one really well this time. And then the next time we do one of the racing ones. Mm-hmm. It doesn't work as well in Smash Run because you have one battle. So it's like, oh, I got no speed this run. And then it's a speed challenge. You
And-
completely fucked.
In Smash Tour, like what the thing I didn't like the final thing that they did in Smash Run. I mean Smash Tour. You can't like during the end you like based on the amount of little people helpers you get. That's how many lives you have. If you did poorly or if you got screwed up because somebody else had a better power up than you in that match, and your character got stolen, and you end up with 1 and somebody else has 5. I don't know who's gonna win. Maybe the person with 5.
I mean, I had 5 lives, but I fucking lost.
Even though you thought you won, that victory screen popped up.
And the lives don't even matter. It's how many kills you can
Yeah.
get in those 5
So
lives.
It's a stock match with score, which
Yeah.
is kind of
So
weird.
confused. I gotta play.
Yeah,
this
it's
one.
interesting because I mean it worked because like I had the most lives and I won like the fight because I had the most lives.
But
I
Adam had
lost
the
the
most
battle
kills.
because he had the most kills.
Yeah.
So since he was able to finagle more kills, he was able to win despite having less lives than me. So he didn't lose from the get go.
Yeah.
We're running on an hour.
Okay, real quick before
Let's,
real quick.
yeah.
Amiibos, how do you guys like it?
They're neat.
You need
10 out of 10.
They seem like they'd be a fun toy.
I enjoy my Fox Amiibo quite a bit.
so like the advertisement stuff and actually playing it is better than what you thought, or is it just the same?
It's I mean, it's kind of the same stuff.
It's a nice little
I'm just a
feature.
sucker for figures.
Yeah.
That's basically it. It's like you're sort of paying for a nice little figure, and then it has some sort of end game.
Yeah.
And it is never. It's not revolutionary. Yeah. They never sort of set it out to be. It's like, oh, you like Nintendo? Yeah, you do. Here's a little figurine for your favorite character, and then it's like, oh, it also does stuff in game. Like, oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
And like,
That's it. That's neat.
That's
that,
neat.
that-
Here's my
that- that
money.
is Amiibo.
Yeah.
Amiibo. That's neat. That's all they're really gonna say.
And but I actually do feel like they're like, I feel like they learn a lot faster than I thought they would. Like,
Yeah.
so when I played the level 1 Fox, I was like, man, this isn't going to go anywhere. And he's like level 20. I was like, man, is he learning new tech that I didn't even know was possible right now in this game? I'm like, that's my take on the Amiibos.
We should speed this up
Yeah, a little bit.
because I guess we'll just I will
Speed it up with the next game that we have.
segue.
Sonic.
This will be the last game we talk about. Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom. Both versions.
Let's give
came
it
out.
like 2 minutes
Okay. But there are 2 games, so 1 minute for each.
if you want.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
fast.
Them up however
Okay,
you want.
go.
Gotta go fast.
Fast, unlike Sonic Boom.
Oh, there you go. The Wii U one. It's painfully slow. Pretty much everything I said, like in our last podcast, it still remains. Like
Terrible.
it's like
Not
it
fun.
feels like a very knockoff Jack and Daxter. It focuses way too much on beat 'em up. I would love a more open world, like we were talking about, like more open world platforming Sonic game with like the characters and the abilities. That's one idea I had right, but there was no speed. It focuses all on combat. Not to mention that it's like a buggy mess.
Not fun.
The first time I booted up the game, it froze on the opening cutscene. I had to hard reset my Wii. That's not a good sign. So there's the Wii U one.
Let's talk about the cameras.
Cameras.
The camera,
Oh, yeah,
the
the
terrible camera.
the camera-
Oh yeah,
Camera is
yeah,
a mess.
yeah.
Especially when you have.
Especially
absolute
multiplayer.
mess.
That game
That game can handle.
Probably doesn't even
That
deserve-
game supports multiplayer.
Yeah,
Can't
if you
handle
want to say support, sure.
Yeah.
like
The frame rate gets extremely awful,
Like-
and the camera gets even worse. But sure.
if you mean like support by like 15 frames per second here, look at Sonic's ass. like that's supported for
Yeah.
their multiplayer in this.
All right. I mean,
3DS one.
3DS.
3DS one. It's better, I guess, but it's playing. I had kind of positive impressions of the demo. Like it seemed like they combined the whole speed and platforming thing well. Playing more of it, the deeper you get into it, the levels kind of get like a mess of like speed and platforming. It kind of feels like it doesn't blend as well. It controls super well, but the level design pulled it back. And another thing is the whole backtracking thing. Like, each level has little side objectives, like get X amount of rings, beat it in this time. And you get little emblems for doing that. And you can't move on to the next stage until you have X amount of emblems. So it kind of like lengthens the playtime, but in a very cheap way.
Yeah.
So I don't like when games do that. I especially don't like it here. Yeah. It's not like offensively bad like the Wii U one, but it's just very unimpressive. Like it's a solid 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
And that pretty much summed it up, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Wii U is not fun. It's not Sonic 06 fun. It's just bad.
Yeah.
Just
Okay,
terrible.
except
It's just
except
bad.
when you make Knuckles fly. I
Well,
enjoy
that-
that. I enjoy that.
Jump glitch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
The infinite jump glitch with Knuckles. You can make Knuckles fly for as long as you want.
This is another one of those sad games that has so much potential.
Yeah.
Like I look at just the game itself, and I see instant switching between 4 characters.
Yeah, right?
I see
They each
I
have their
see-
own unique
I see
abilities.
potential of like perhaps like how Sonic Heroes, you sort of like you would platform and then you would just switch and then you would continue platforming. That
Yeah,
was cool.
exactly.
You'd be running super fast. You would jump over something as Sonic or something. You switch to Tails and you fly mid jump.
Yeah.
Like, that's the sort of things that I thought you'd be able to do. You'd like say jump up as Amy, do some swinging shit, and then turn into Knuckles and climb up the wall.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
That would be really
That would be
cool.
cool. And then even my biggest problem with that game is that you would have these like 2-player parts, and then instead of doing it how I described it and having them sort of follow along with you, they sit there and you have to switch to them and bring them back.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, because I was thinking like this game it looks bad. It looks like a low grade Jack and Daxter game.
Yeah.
but like I didn't see the abomination until I saw that one part, and I was like, I'm done. I can't defend this game. I can't bring it. I can't hold my head up high and pretend to defend something like that.
Yeah, that's sort of what depresses me about the Wii U version. Like, it had some good ideas. It had potential. I can kind of see what they were trying to do, but they just missed so many important aspects.
Yeah, like finishing.
Yeah, like finishing. Yeah,
applying any amount of polish to the game.
That game has like no polish.
The Wii U has so much capabilities for so many beautiful things. And Simon was like, "What beautiful things? Nah."
Yeah, I'm sorry, Big Red Button, but
What Russian think they were?
This
Like,
I don't know.
Holiday season.
Yeah, holiday season, and the new cartoon just came out, so they wanted to release it.
Yeah,
to
that first
coincide.
trailer, like the initial trailer, that looks really bad. And this doesn't look so much different from the first like teaser trailer. It really did not look that much different.
I'll give it credit.
It does look worse. For sure. I remember looking at that, I'm like, oh, this looks whatever, and I see this, and I'm like, this game has seen
You
better
could have
days.
dressed up people in Sonic outfits and made it a better commercial.
Yeah.
Oh, that deal still due for you.
What?
That deal's
I didn't redeem it yet, so I don't get to see what Neon Sonic looks like yet. But
They didn't give that nigga 10 arms. I tried to give the blue arms a chance. No.
Yeah, no, yeah, he needs his tan arms.
He needs his tan arms
I
back.
am so glad this is just like a spin-off.
Of all
the actual Sonic.
The travesties that are their physical appearances with all the bandages and the dumb little spikes in the back of his head. The blue arms make me the most uncomfortable.
I don't know why. Like everyone else has, like Knuckles has like red arms, Tails has like the orange arms, but Sonic with blue arms just looks so weird.
I can't.
Yeah, I can't do it either.
Rich had a better Halloween costume of Sonic than what Sonic looks like now.
I could have been in the game.
Let's move on from this. We haven't talked about any news. Let's just run through this news.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll do it quick. This is getting kind of long for what we have left.
Yeah.
The Jackbox people, the people who made You Don't Know Jack and stuff like that, they're releasing this whole bundle on Xbox One and PS4. It's coming with an expanded version of You Don't Know Jack, an expanded version of Fibbage, and 3 other games that they're like these party games. All of which are like 7 or 8 players. No controllers required. You can use your phone.
It's really cool.
For like 5 games, it's like $25 for all that stuff they're doing. 20 or 25. I think that's a really good deal.
That's really awesome.
It's really awesome.
Those guys are so good at making fun party games out of like stupidity.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, Fibbage is fantastic.
Fibbage is so great. Like you never have to worry about like, oh, we don't have enough controllers. Oh, you can't play. Pretty much everyone has a smartphone.
Yeah,
like
Greg.
it supports up to 8 players. Sorry, Greg.
Hey,
You'll get a new one
But
someday.
You can use a computer.
You
right?
can actually, yeah.
You can use a
Greg
computer.
doesn't have a laptop. He lost that.
You can
too.
use this one right here.
You could borrow someone's.
Yeah.
Greg doesn't like to borrow.
Greg doesn't want to play Fibbage.
Smart devices. There's no shortage of smart devices. People usually have multiple.
Yeah.
So there's
It just-
I'm no exception.
yeah.
I mean, the only
Like the first
flaw.
time we played, I had like a computer,
Yeah.
I had a tablet,
Yeah.
or 2.
Yeah.
I
And your
can't
phone.
I can't fucking remember.
Yeah.
I had a phone.
Yeah. I remember everyone was using your stuff. It was great.
Yeah. The only flaw with the setup is that you have to like access their web server to like play the game. So once that goes down, the
It's
game,
gone.
the game's
Yeah.
not playable anymore. But while it lasts, it's cool.
Yep.
All right. Next thing. I mean, I guess this is not very important, but considering by the time anyone hears this, this will be over. But Sunset Overdrive is free on Xbox One tomorrow for all Xbox Live subscribers.
Tomorrow
They're-
being
They're doing like tomorrow being Saturday,
November
The
22nd.
November
22nd.
22nd.
of November.
For 24 hours, hey, play Sunset Overdrive for free. And if you like it, you can buy it. All your save data and achievements will transfer over.
That's kind of cool.
But
Okay,
yeah,
that's cool.
they're giving you a 24-hour trial period for a game that they released like a month ago, which
Yeah,
is awesome.
that's really cool.
There's a new Tony Hawk game in development.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
You must be really happy about that.
Nope.
Well, no, kind of. But the tweet is leaving me kind of optimistic. The tweet was like, Tony Hawk tweeted like, "Hey, there's a new Tony Hawk game coming out. Pro Skater fans should be happy with this one." But that means nothing. That would be cool if they made a a new Pro Skater game, but that probably means nothing.
No.
I was a fan of Pro Skater 4 for the game.
Those games are incredible.
Yeah.
The Pro Skater games are all very, very good.
Yeah. I don't trust anyone.
No, I don't trust anyone anymore.
I don't trust anyone.
Yeah.
Those like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 is one of the best games ever, and those later Tony Hawk games weren't anything.
Yeah.
So Cautiously optimistic. Bloodbourne was delayed.
What's Blood?
Again?
I already finished.
No, that was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, this
when I
is
said
this
that.
is the one that it went from February to March or March.
February to like March 30, 20 something.
I mean, I'm
So it'll be
totally
at
cool
PAX.
with that.
What's
Yeah,
Blood?
it'll be a pack.
I don't
Potentially.
understand.
Potentially.
I don't understand what a month is going to do.
So here's the thing: they have the Order releasing in February.
Yeah.
Then they have Bloodborne, which is supposed to release in February. I don't think they want their like
Oh,
at this
that
point, like
makes
they're
sense.
like their two only big first party things of next year clashing in the same month.
Okay, that
What's
makes sense.
Bloodborne?
I have a news thing.
What?
Are we done with this section? Or
I'll just explain it to you. It's like it's a spiritual successor to a Dark Souls game, directed by Miyazaki, the person who directed the first Dark Souls game, and it's supposed to be a more accessible, fast-paced Dark Souls type deal game coming to PS4 exclusively now in March.
Got it.
going back to Evolve, which we talked about a couple weeks ago.
And we had a lengthy conversation about
We
Evolve.
did. They added a new support character.
Oh yeah.
They added a new support character, but no new classes,
Oh.
which I was kind of disappointed
Okay.
in. It was like,
And they also announced a new map. I heard that.
Oh,
yes, they announced a
okay.
new map and a new support character.
Oh, so there's a new character.
A new
that is
character in the
support
class of support.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Okay. Yeah. they-
So it's like it's more of the same.
So was that the second support character? Because third. Okay. So are they doing 3 for every class? Because if they do 3 support and then 2 for everything else, that would just bug me.
I think they're gonna do like 3 or 4 for each.
Okay.
And
So yeah.
the way they make it seem is that they're gonna have different strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
But so far, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
It's like this is a support, and there are 3 different people you could play as.
That's what it seems like more than
skins.
anything.
So-
Yeah.
The only thing I've seen a difference with is the monsters.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm gonna leave it at.
Okay.
So
Just Cause 3 was announced.
I haven't played or really seen anything of the Just Cause series.
Just Cause 2 is like one of the biggest maps ever, and it's cool.
Yeah, I'm figuring it's a sandbox just because
Yeah,
of the name.
Yeah, it's a sand.
Oh.
Okay.
I did it. You kicked this.
You kicked the
Andre plus.
panic. Speaking of panic,
Rip headphone users.
We are sorry.
Rare's making a new game.
Yeah,
don't know what it is yet.
Real optimistic.
Yeah.
I've never been more optimistic in my entire life. That game, I'm calling it now. That game is gonna fucking suck. It's gonna be awful. It's gonna be dreadful.
Didn't they?
It's like,
Lay
it's
a
like
bunch of
so
people off?
the only good thing about this game is it's not gonna be a Kinect game.
Yeah.
So
It can't be anymore.
that's what we're supposed to be excited about.
Yeah.
Didn't they lay off that portion of Rare, the people who worked on the Kinect sports games? Or, I'm sorry,
I don't know.
Connected, whatever they
But
made.
even
Everyone
even
from
so,
Rare,
Yeah, that-
Even so-
everyone from the N64 days of Rare
They're
is
gone.
gone
Yeah,
now.
so
It's
it's
not the
just
same
like-
team.
Yeah, and so it's like, and that's never gonna happen again. There's
Yeah.
never gonna be like a single developer who owns a entire console generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is like that's never gonna happen again.
And then, yeah.
Definitely this Rare is not gonna be the one
Yeah.
to do it. It
Yeah.
proved me wrong. I love good games.
Yeah.
Rare, please prove me wrong.
Rare. I love your old games. I love your IPs. Please prove us all
It
wrong.
could be a new Banjo game.
Please, I hope so, and I hope it's good.
Banjo
Nuts and bolts
3.
was good.
I don't know. Most people can't just do platformers anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We sort of-
Especially third-person platformers. That shit's hard.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
literally Super Mario, but they haven't even touched that
Yeah.
since Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I would love
apparently.
to see another installment in the Super Mario
Super
Galaxy.
Mario Universe.
Oh my god, I would love that.
Like-
I would love that.
Like the next proper Mario.
Yeah, the next
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
3D
The
Mario.
Because we had
3D one.
Sunshine, then we had Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've all been
What-
like Sunshine's the worst, and that's like.
And that's still a great
Yes,
game.
yeah.
Sunshine is one of the most underrated games ever, though.
No, see, it's not though because everyone seems to believe that
Yeah.
everyone shit on this game. It's like no, it wasn't.
It wasn't spectacular.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
wasn't great.
I think
It
it
was.
was
It wasn't like 64, which is.
It
one of the
wasn't
best games of all
revolutionary.
time.
Yeah.
It
It was
wasn't
like-
Galaxy, another one of the best games of all
It
time.
was
Yeah.
like, here's just a Mario platformer that's
Very
awesome
fun.
and unique
Yeah.
on the GameCube.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It didn't break any ground, but it was still a really good game.
1/3
Yeah.
of its mission based on coins.
I liked
so-
it better than Galaxy.
That's wrong.
Well,
That's-
that's an
I'm-
opinion.
That is an
like-
opinion.
like-
See, we do not blame you for your opinion.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's also wrong.
and I know we were talking about that, like when people say, "Oh, your opinion's wrong." That's the shit I thrive off of. But Galaxy is a much better game.
Wait,
Sunshine.
wait, did I say Galaxy?
Yes.
I meant
No, you said
64.
Sunshine.
Oh, okay.
You said
I mean,
Sunshine was better
I
than
mean,
Galaxy.
I like Sunshine better than 64.
That's
Okay.
still kind of wrong.
I mean,
that's more debatable though.
That's more debatable. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, what 64 did in its time was great.
Amazing.
But like, if you look at them now,
I think
obviously Sunshine's a better game.
I mean, like, I didn't have that nostalgia thing. Like, I had them
Oh
both.
yeah, that's
like,
probably what it is.
Like,
Yeah.
I had them
Almost
both
always.
when I was a little kid. Like, I played it, but then I just had a better time with Sunshine.
Yeah, unfortunately, every game you liked as a kid is probably bad.
Yeah.
Like it's an unfortunate truth.
That's
It's like
sad.
Dark
It-
Ages 2. Was MS-DOS.
and it sucks so bad because you want to sit there and be like even as terrible and uncreative as games are nowadays, the average game nowadays is better than the average game from back in the day. As sucky and as sad as that probably seems.
Shrek 2 with Mike.
that game you love is probably average.
Yeah.
Below average.
Yeah. That's sad.
And that really sucks. I don't like to say it, and I don't like to think about it because it makes me sad on the inside.
It probably got the Golden X Award.
Oh boy! I still wish I knew where that came from.
Yeah. And
That was an inside joke. Sorry, listeners.
Yeah, let's look. That's
Don't explain the
Don't
inside
explain it.
joke.
move on. Just
Moving
drop
on.
it and move
Okay,
on.
sorry.
It only
Next.
happened for Geoff Keighley is created his own video game award show because of
Who?
come on, Geoff Keighley, the dude who always does the video game awards, who's the guy on
Is he like
G4?
Is he like
Oh,
blonde?
okay.
and
Yeah.
squinty?
London Squinty.
Like
yeah.
literally
Every other game journalist.
like one of the most important video game journalists.
I guess.
Why did he decide to make his
Oh,
own?
Because-
was he the one who was not digging anything that the soup guy was doing?
Yeah.
Yo, I love that. Everybody else was so mad about how he's being a dick. I was laughing.
Geoff Keighley's great.
No, not Geoff Keighley.
Or who?
Fucking the soup.
Oh.
Whatever his name is. McHale. Joe McHale.
Oh, Joe McKay. Oh no, yeah, that's why
that debacle.
Yeah, that's why he made this.
Yeah.
Because Joel McHale showed up to a video game award show drunk off his mind and then said shit for hours. So Geoff Keighley was like, "Fuck this! I'm making my own video games awards."
Yo, that
show.
shit was hilarious. I was dying the whole time. The only thing I didn't particularly like about it was fucking Odd Future Wolfgang. Oh my god. They're painful.
That was
Painful.
that thing was such a mess, but that
That
was in
entire
the
Wolf
past.
show was terrible. But this is the future. Hopefully, like I'm hoping. I have real high expectations for no real reason. I just sort of want a video game award show that respects games.
Yeah. So
That doesn't treat it like it's something small, because games aren't small anymore.
Yeah.
They're capable of creating great emotion within people. They're on par with books and movies and TV.
It's not Pong and Pac-Man.
Yeah, it's not just Pong and Pac-Man. I love those games. And the games can be that too. They can be that simple little thing that you love, that you do in the afternoon. But they can also make you feel some heavy shit.
yeah. And what made me bring this up was because they released their nominations, I think, yesterday or today or whatever.
Oh yeah, I heard about
And
that.
it's kind of like the most varied nominations I've seen in a video game. Like it's a very respectable list. Like they picked 5 games to nominate: and Bayonetta 2, Dark Souls 2, Dragon Age, Hearthstone, and Shadow of Mordor.
So you mean to tell me Nintendo's making it back up again?
They're like, it's such a respectable list. Like
Yeah.
you look at games that were nominated, you see like the handheld things. Like you have like Bravely Default, Hearthstone, Smash, and Threes. Threes got a nomination for Game of the Year. I've been saying that shit since February. Like it seems like such
usually it's just like the shit that sells a lot too. It's always like Call of Duty's always nominated.
Yeah.
Fucking Assassin's Creed is always nominated.
It seems like such a respectable thing, and I honestly can't wait to see this thing. It's being live streamed on. Like, I mean, this guy's got his bases covered. Geoff Keighley he's got some connections. They're broadcasting it straight from PS4, Xbox One, Steam, obviously Twitch streams and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got his stuff. It's some really nice lists with what seems like a very respectable list of judges, including Jeff Gersman.
I'm gonna call it now. It's gonna be Dragon Age.
Dragon Age?
Yeah, I think Dragon Age is gonna take it. I mean, I don't necessarily agree. I haven't played most of these games yet. But
I'd vote.
I'm gonna say Assassin's.
It's not a personal thing, but
I went from it's not Assassin's Creed. It's not Dragon Age, Greg. Dragon Age is not Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Or are you gonna say something?
not a personal thing, but I expect to see like Hearthstone or Shadow of Mordor win this thing.
Yeah.
Bayonetta
I
2.
expect Shadow of Mordor or I think Shovel Knight was on there?
Shovel Knight wasn't on there. Shovel Knight was on the indie stuff.
Oh, okay.
Best independent game. Like they have a section
I-
for
They're gonna
indie
win
games.
Best Independent
Yeah,
Game.
Shovel Knight
Like,
was fantastic.
Yeah, it's such a breath of fresh air because you see like independent games, Broken Age is on this list, an iOS game, Monument Valley, which came out like March, April, and I'm like, man, this game is gorgeous, and it's on this fucking list. Like, it's such a respectable list. Shovel Knight, Transistor.
And they also remember the
Vanishing of Ethan
entire
Carter.
year.
Yeah.
That was always my biggest problems. Like, games I would love would come out in March, and then
Yeah.
they would get completely neglected in the end of the Game of the Year awards because the hype died down. They don't have any. Which is half
Like
the
what you
reason,
said
which is
about
half
South
the
Park.
reason I'm expecting, which is half the reason I'm expecting Dragon Age to win it because it came out yesterday, like a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And the hype is still, like, Bayonetta 2 had lots of hype.
Yeah.
And,
Bayonetta
all these
2 is
other
still
games-
hype.
It's probably the hypest game of this generation.
Oh, dude.
I'm sitting there just bouncing. I'll fucking play that game.
That
You
game's
gonna
a
repeat that
roller
with
coaster.
It is.
Yeah, that's gonna be me playing Splatoon the whole time.
We talked about that last week.
But yeah,
Yeah, we gave that some dedicated time last week.
yeah, this is super cool.
Yep.
It's nice to see a respective game of the
refreshing.
year. It's refreshing.
Crisp.
This
Perspective.
podcast's word of the week is refreshing.
Refreshing.
It's like the
It's
fresh
not
water
sponsored
you
by
get from
Dasani.
Not sponsored by Dasani.
Not at all.
We're not sponsored at all.
Nope.
Dasani is actually the worst
Yeah.
bottled water. I drink Dasani, I get
Who's
thirstier.
gonna pay us now?
Yeah, so now you can tell we're definitely not sponsored by Dasani.
Please link Dasani ads.
Poland Spring.
I want halfway through the podcast for a Dasani ad to just come in.
Please.
Like, we just cut it right in the middle, like mid-sentence. I'm like, and then philosophy, and then just bang right there.
Poland Spring, we love you. Please help us out.
We're also not sponsored by Poland Spring.
Yeah, we're not
Nothing.
sponsored by anyone.
Yeah.
Nope.
And
We're
let's talk
not
about
even
games, guys.
sponsored by Suffolk University.
No, we're not. Shit.
Yeah, we did this because we wanted to.
Yep.
So,
Now that's all the news I got.
all right.
I got things that are coming up next week.
Oh, what we got
Or,
coming
or,
up?
or the
Did
next.
we miss anything on our, it came out these past 2 weeks?
I mean, like Lego Batman
Oh.
and Warlords of Draenor.
I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter. It's
I-
another Lego game.
I can't-
And I haven't heard of Warlords of Draenor.
I can't talk about Warlords of Draenor, but
Oh,
like I
it's
said,
WoW?
it's the WoW expansion. Like
Oh,
I respect
okay.
the hell out of World of Warcraft. I'll never play it though.
Yeah. What do you have coming out in the next couple weeks or next week?
Next 2 weeks we have some. I don't know.
Some games.
Tales of the Borderlands, I guess, comes out.
Okay.
That should be interesting.
Should be interesting.
More Borderlands.
No. The
It's by
Telltale
Telltale's
point and click adventure.
It's set in the
Oh, no.
universe of Borderlands.
Set in the
Okay.
universe.
Though it could be interesting. It depends on whether it's more Borderlands 1 or 2. I'm hoping Borderlands 1
Yeah.
because I sort of love the dystopian feel of that game.
Yeah.
Like explore, it's like sort of like that Dark Souls feel. It's like exploring an abandoned world.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
feels super cool.
Yeah.
Although, but the second one, I prefer the second one. But,
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of miss it. It's like
Yeah.
there was something like really cool about listening to Tannis lose her mind.
Yeah.
That's Borderlands 1.
Yep.
I haven't played Borderlands 1.
Yeah. You
I've played a
don't.
little
It's
bit.
It's a really bad game.
Okay.
Honestly.
I played a little bit of Borderlands 2, and I haven't touched the pre-sequel yet. But
Yeah. Geometry Wars 3 is coming out.
I love all the. Are those games made by the
I
same people?
love
No,
Geometry
no.
Wars.
I feel like
No, Geometry Wars 1 and 2 are made by different people. This third one looks like butt. To put it nicely.
Like B-U-T-T.
Yeah, to put it nicely. Geometry Wars 1 and 2 was like this cool, arcadey,
nice looking.
gorgeous looking, fantastic soundtrack. Just played
one
super
of those
well.
Superstar does. Slash.
Yeah, those games, like Geometry Wars 2 is one of my favorite games on that fucking Xbox 360. And now Geometry Wars 3 is new people, and it's more like Activision, like, hey, we like this. And now it's level based, and it's takes place on 3D planes, I guess, like Superstar does, like you rotate around stuff, and it's all level based. Like you get like your 1-1, your 1-2, and stuff like that. And that's really a game that shouldn't be level based, and it should stick to its arcadey roots, I think.
I
And
completely fucking agree. Those are the kinds of games you keep playing to beat your high
like
score.
yeah, like in Geometry Wars 2, like it hadn't happened in years, but I had friends on my Xbox 360 friends list. I'm like, I have to fucking beat you, and I would just sit there for the entire night and play that, like just for glory. That game was gregreat
For
at
glory?
doing that.
For
Bragging
glory.
rights.
Don't
No,
go
not
back.
back,
I'm
not
sorry for
back.
bragging rights. I didn't say for glory. I guess the Crew is coming out.
What's
Is
Is
that?
that coming out?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
that
That's
racing
the car
game.
one.
Ubisoft's open world.
Oh no! Did you say Ubisoft?
this new racing game from a publisher I can't quite think of at the moment. It's an open world racing
I believe
game.
they were at PAX this past year.
The Crew was showing off trailers
Yep.
at PAX. I got a T-shirt from them.
I did as well.
I
did as
don't
well.
remember much of the
still went
Crew.
to the gym.
I remember being, wow,
Oh,
this
no,
is,
no,
this
never
is a
mind.
racing game I'm excited about.
Yeah.
No, the Crew was playable. Never mind, I lied.
Yeah, you could.
And
I played that.
I didn't play it though.
I didn't play it either.
I played that.
Yeah.
That was the one thing, because I couldn't care less about the racing genre.
Forza Horizon.
Yeah,
I'll-
apparently it's supposed to be good.
I will say Forza Horizon every
But I could not care less.
Yeah.
About almost any racing that's ever been announced.
Yeah.
and then I saw this. I'm like, this actually seems interesting.
Yeah.
That's as far as I got.
Yeah.
That's all I really got to say about it.
Yeah, racing's not for everyone.
And then Captain Toad finally.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So
Hype.
cute.
I can't wait for
I hope people just heard that
No one-
dud.
No one
Hype.
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 Treasure Tracker.
The hype train has no place.
I think Toad Treasure Tracker is probably the least hype game that's probably ever going to be released. It doesn't mean I'm not
I
going
am
to love every second.
so
of it.
Yeah.
And, I
Tracker-
feel like I'm
Game of the
just
year.
gonna
Game of the
chill.
year.
I'm just gonna chill.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sitting there. I'm gonna play in that game. I'm just gonna be relaxing. All the stress in the world is gonna be gone.
It's gonna save this entire year.
It really is.
I shit you not.
Not the Smash Brothers. No.
No.
Captain Toad.
No, not Smash, the game that just came out.
No. Captain Toad is gonna be a better game. Mark my fucking words.
I played 2 matches of Smash Wii U today, and I'm already sick of the game. So Smash
you
is
played
not.
You played 8 players.
I'm not sick of Smash.
I'm
playing Smash
definitely
for quite
not.
some
I'm
time.
definitely not.
Like
yeah.
I have had
very
my
fun.
fill of Smash for months.
I know you.
because there
have.
was 8 people. I'll get
And
the
you
full
and you
faster.
and you make it known.
You make it very well known.
Yeah.
Fucking fight me.
Fight
I'll
me.
settle it in Smash.
Fight me
We
in
have-
real life.
IRL.
Oh no.
Captain Toad.
No, because I feel like I'm not alone in saying that I've had my fill of Smash
Yeah.
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Smash is not going to be the game that saves the year. Sorry.
You know, everybody's entitled to their own opinions.
We discussed
Well, yours are
opinions
just
a lot.
wrong. So.
No, his opinion is completely.
This is turning into a
utterly
bitch fight.
yours.
Yeah.
Bye,
Okay.
guys.
So
I'm sorry.
Captain Toad looks like a very very interesting game.
I'm so excited. I really am. Oh my god.
I'm still not
This is
as
losing-
excited as you two, but I'm gonna
just
buy
losing
it
his
and
mind
play it
over
and
Toad
enjoy
Treasure
it.
Tracker. Like,
I'm-
there's some kind
I-
of game. It's like, so I'm gonna complete Treasure Tracker.
Yeah.
I'm kinda
it's
keeping
that,
it on
that
the
non-jumping
inside.
platformer. Ooh,
Yeah.
like Drake is so. Ooh. I haven't. That's another inside joke. It's this video of Drake. He's talking about Lil Wayne. It gets uncomfortable really quickly. On that
so
note,
Toad.
on that note,
On that note,
On that note.
Don't we have to thank someone for our song, our intro song
We
that
do.
we're using? Yeah.
Our music comes from Kevin Macleod at incompetech.com.
Thank you.
And
Thanks a bunch.
he
isn't it?
he does great music. I've been using his music in projects for literally years.
I know
Since
that.
I was in middle school.
See, so much that I know his name. He does every.
Yeah.
He does every single
he's
the
best source for royalty-free music
That's what it's called, royalty-free music.
on the internet.
Yeah,
His library of anything you could search for on his website is just so vast, and it's so well done, and it's like he doesn't cut corners because it's going to be royalty-free.
Yeah.
So big shout out to Kevin Macleod.
Thank you, Kevin
thank you.
McLeod.
Yeah, thank
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've
appreciate
used his music in all the little shitty games I've made. So.
Yeah.
That's not.
Yeah.
That's not nice.
That
So-
should do it.
All right,
Thanks,
that's our
Kevin.
podcast.
This
That's
is
not his name.
Thank you, Kevin. Is it
Yeah,
Kevin?
it is.
Kevin.
Thank
Oh,
you,
yeah,
Kevin.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone else listening. Thank you all.
This has been
Podcast 3.
Podcast
Podcast number 3.
We out.
We're signing. Bye.
We out.
We're out.
Peace out.
Bye.
Hashtag blessed.
We're still out.
Bye.
Hashtag
We
blessed.
out.
Bye.
Done.
Bye.
We done.
Leave
We
it
will.
alone.
I'll settle in and smash, guys.
It's over.
Peace out.
It'll never be
Playtime
over.
is over.
Playtime is over.
Over.
Over.